What's good, y'all? It's Timmy 2 Dope. Welcome back to the only hip-hop reaction channel on YouTube. Do me a favor, though. Just don't ask your plug about that, because today we got Benny the Butcher dropping off the Plugs I Met 2, which is, of course, the follow-up from the original Plugs I Met, and the follow-up from his debut album, Burden of Proof, which, in my opinion, was the album of the year last year. The original Plugs I Met, that, too, is classic, in my opinion. Songs like 5 to 50, 18 Wheeler, Sunday School, absolute classics, just grimy street shit. And I'm kind of expecting the same thing on this one. Looking at the track list, you got features from 2 Chainz, Chinx, you got Rick Hyde, which is one of his young gunners coming up underneath him, French Montana, Jim Jones, Fat Joe is on the track, which is the biggest surprise just looking at the track list. So I'm excited to get into this shit. All of the tracks are produced by Harry Fraud. It's an 8-track EP. The first track I already checked out, called Thanksgiving. The Harry Fraud production sounded great. Benny the Butcher sounded in top form. So I'm excited to get into this. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get to reacting. This is Benny the Butcher, Plugs I Met 2. First track, When Tony Met Sosa.
The niggas said they need less trappers and more poets. I kept talking to hustlers, it's more heroic. There's a difference when you rise out of ghetto, come back and grow it. The game broke my heart in 3 places, I never show it. Close my eyes and the voice in my eardrums tell me for the feds come to turn these breadcrumbs to a hedge fund. Gotta take to change your life when niggas survive shooting.
That was hard. He said, shit, where is it? Close my eyes and the voice in my eardrums tell me before the feds come to turn these breadcrumbs to a hedge fund. So basically, I think he was talking right there, just basically washing the dirty money and making it clean money. Basically take these breadcrumbs that I'm making over here and turn it into, you know, legal money over here and shit, invest in a hedge fund. This Harry Fraud production too, man. I'm loving like the brass instrumentation and shit. I think that's like a saxophone or something in the background. And that Thanksgiving track that he dropped earlier, there was some sax and shit in that. Really fucking with that.
Make a list, and I'm on their heels like shoe polish. I let niggas talk. All last year I was too modest. Whole gang up and my safe stuffed like a Jew wallet. I pray for black boys who phones doing 1500.
Betty go fuck around and get canceled, bro. Whole gang up and my safe stuffed like a Jew wallet. I don't know if you can say that shit in 2021, Betty. Yeah, that was a fire opener, man. I'm really liking the instrumental and shit. I'm really liking how Benny's sounding over this Harry Fraud instrumentation and shit. He's giving us that classic street shit and just sounding elegant, you know what I'm saying, over this beat. I'm fucking with it. Second track, Overall, featuring Chinx.
I don't showboat, you niggas know though. Me and Bono, minus Gina, we like Tony and Manolo. Your dojo is Frodo. I'm at the register like, what's the total? Since I kicked in the door, I've been in go mode. She asked the same question like, why you never smiling in your photo? The same reason Bobby went solo. This text you the slow-mo. I'm tipsy riding shotgun in a Volvo. My shit punch like Miguel Cotto. Let's go. Moving from whipping soft O's to late night talk shows. Magic that I'm making, Paris glasses was my major. It's hard to tell a butterfly from caterpillar stages. They made me the underdog. I'm glad them niggas hated. Now was
that was fire. He said, speaking of fire, there's black magic, bro. He said the magic that I'm making, Pirate's glasses was my major. It's hard to tell a butterfly from caterpillar stages. So the way I took that is like, it's hard to tell a butterfly. It's in the moment, it's hard to tell what's, you know, your butterfly phase and what's your caterpillar stage. Sometimes I feel like you can question, like, is this my full potential or is there more? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way I took that shit. But
you cross paths with the butcher, you know you're fake. You gassed a lot Latin niggas in this lyrical race. I'm trying to catch up to legends, play a chase. Kept my balance, make sure my talent ain't go to waste.
About that shit.
About me, I'm the one that escaped. Dope dealer, Vince in my name and get the shake.
Early, never late, money forever tall. I'm in it for the bank, we winning overall. Early, never late, money forever tall. I'm in it for the bank, we winning overall. I'm creeping Bring it up real slow, keep it up before that riff, I let it go. You know, catch me speeding in that cockpit with Gucci goggles on. I got hazers that got choppers that put you on the wall. I'm well connected, ghetto accepted, very respected. These ignorant motherfuckers missing you by your necklace. Fuck what's in your pocket, nigga, what's in your bank? You ask them how to sketch a witness, nigga, draw blank. I'm shitting, ain't I need a porta potty. See, homie, all in all, we winning overall. Early, never late, money forever.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know too much about Chinx. I know I've heard him here and there. I couldn't tell you really on what projects and shit, but he held it down, man. Not bad at all. Overall, the track was just okay, man. So far, you know what I'm saying? The intro was good. This track was good, but so far, this is just some mid so far. I'm kind of disappointed as far as, like, comparing it to the OG plugs I met. It's not quite comparing, it's not quite matching up so far, but we're only 2 tracks in. Third track, there's actually a music video to it, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. You know how we do. Third track is Plug Talk featuring 2 Chainz.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Benny. I know the past 6 months have been crazy. You know, you dropped your album, you've been shot, you attended Hustlers Anonymous. How are you feeling?
I feel
Hustlers
great.
Anonymous, okay.
I feel wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the President of the United States of America. You know what I mean? I'm in business with 3 billionaires. You know what I'm saying? I'm about hustling. I used to live in the projects 4 years ago.
Still crazy to see Benny in the wheelchair, man. That's still wild, man. It seemed like that shit, I don't know, man. It seemed like that shit just came and went. It's almost like it wasn't real. I'm glad he's doing good, though.
Hustling. I used to live in the projects 4 years ago. The butcher coming, nigga. Hey, yo, Harry, you crazy for this shit.
La música de Harry Fraud.
The interviews talking plug talk. Got my name off of drug talk. Told you, they'll make niggas like the butcher no more, man. The interviews talking plug talk. Got my name off of drug talk. They think I be glorifying the streets. Yeah. The interviews talking plug talk. Got my name off of drug talk. I been glorifying how far we came, nigga. Yeah. The interviews talking plug talk.
Yo, so unfortunately, the video of me, recording myself reacting, unfortunately, that got cut short for whatever reason. I managed to keep the video capture of the music video, but unfortunately, like I said, the screen capture of me stopped recording. So I'll just fill y'all in my thoughts real quick. This so far, 3 songs in, is my favorite track on the mixtape. 2 Chainz came correct. He was on none of that corny shit. He was hitting with all of his lines, highly dope, highly entertaining. Same could be said for Benny. Benny definitely came correct. The production sounded great. 3 songs in, this is definitely my favorite track so far.
4th track, Live By It. Ooh, this sound grimy.
I know you got your gun on you, nigga. Fuck you gonna do with that though? Guns don't make you safe, but I'm strapped with mine. It's about awareness and your reaction time. I give hammers to little niggas who not responsible for them. The power of having a gun, a big obstacle for them. In every hood in the country, yeah, the cans flaring. The street niggas won't outlive their grandparents. But what you supposed to do when it's hate that they got for you? And you easy to trace cause your face recognizable, huh? I kept it straight being.
Yeah, man, this shit, every fucking bar. Guns don't make you safe, but I'm strapped with mine. It's about awareness and your reaction time. I gave hammers to little niggas who weren't responsible for them. The power of having a gun, a big obstacle for them. In every hood, in every county, yeah, them cannons flare. The street niggas won't outlive their grandparents. Like, that's some real shit, you know what I'm saying? God damn. Painting that picture.
Talk that tough shit, you never see me jacking it. This heat clapping make street savages, peace advocates. I'm on the west coast, bitch, that's...
Benny about to burn down my fucking house, bro. Talk that tough shit, you never see me jacking it. This heat clapping makes street savages, peace advocates. Talk that shit, Benny. God damn, bro. Benny just Benny fucked around and got robbed and shot and shit, and he came back harder.
You shot up a crowd and thought you was gangster, but hit a kid cause killers don't go to shooting ranges. You know my neighborhood was super dangerous. A record deal would get you lit, but a robbery would make you super famous.
Damn, Benny.
Just stop and pull it.
Yo, man. Yo. I said the one before this was the one. This the fucking one. It started off a little lukewarm, but this album's starting to get fire right now.
My little man ride around strapped, hunting for an op he can catch. Live by it, you die by it. Knowing if you don't kill him, he coming back. But he said he good, cause he gon' handle that. Live by it, you die by it. Kept mine on me wherever I was at. Heard some niggas had some money on my hat. Live by it, you die by it. 2, 2, 3s, K's, and Max. You send a shooter here, I send him back. Live by it,
grimy, bro. Grimy.
Get the drop on that nigga and come from the hoes first. We follow the law first. That's what you call homework. See the dope gon' lead you to the stash spot. When you see that padlock, you know it's a jackpot. Listen, for a minute, robbery was my new profession. Pop up at your crib dressed like UPS man. Show me where the money at and get your neck lick. And we don't even count it on to the next lick.
Bro.
Hey,
I'm telling you, this is lyricism, bro. I've said it before, the ability to paint pictures and make you feel like you're right there with them and shit. This shit, see the dope gonna lead you to the stash spot. Or it says before that, look, I got the drop on a nigga, it comes from the hose first. We follow the load first, that's what you call homework. So basically just staking out this shit, staking out this nigga's movements and shit. See the dope gonna lead you to the stash spot. When you see the padlock, you know it's the jackpot. Because obviously, you know, it's padlocked, it's locked up for a reason. Obviously, this shit's valuable. So when you see that shit, cha-ching, you know, you hit the fucking jackpot. For a minute, robbery was my new profession. Pop up at your crib, dressed like UPS man. Show me where the money, show me where's the money, or get your neck slit, and we don't even count it onto the next lick. Like, the lyrical pictures that this motherfucker is painting are uncanny, bro.
But he said he good, cause he gon' handle that. Kept mine on me wherever I was at. Heard some niggas had some money on my hat.
Yeah, that shit was absolutely filthy, bro. From the beat, setting it off with that dark shit, with that dark, like, organ, that dark piano or whatever the fuck it was, to the fucking... This is like prime Benny. This is like... I don't want to say Tana talk, because yeah, this is kind of like that Tana talk, Benny, you know what I'm saying, just on that grimy shit. This is like, you know, when Griselda first came out and the shit was popping on the scene. Man, this is that Benny that I really fuck with, bro. This is the highlight of the album so far. Fuck that other track. Fifth track, Talking Back, featuring Fat Joe.
But you said you'd love me.
Okay.
Yes, you said you cared.
That's for that sample, Harry. Alright.
You grew around snakes, you relate to us. Looking out for niggas that I couldn't get a favor from. Shots hit you, doc, stick you with a staple gun. You're not a gangster till they put you in a paper. I know a gangster when I'm looking in the...
Harry Frog going crazy with them drums. Listen to that shit, bro.
Shots hit you, doc, stick you with a staple gun. You're not a gangster till they put you in a paper once. I know a gangster when I'm looking in the face for one. $1 million appetite, it's like I got a taste for one. I really had to clean this dope. You ain't the boss, everybody on your team just broke. It was either starve or sling this coke. 30 bands worth of shoes on with seats and coach, nigga. No money talking to me, so I'm talking back.
Yeah, Benny just talking his shit in that verse. Nothing that really stood out, man, but definitely those snares, man. Harry Fraud snapping on this beat.
These hoes talking to me, so I'm talking back. Streets talking to me, and I'm talking back. My blood talking to me, so I'm talking back. No money talking to me, and I'm talking back.
Oh shit.
Hoes talking to me, and I'm talking back.
Yo, that ad-lib, that crack, that got me real hyped for Fat Joe for some reason.
Streets talking to me, and I'm talking back. My blood talking to me, so I'm talking back. No money talking to me, and I'm talking back. Deal with all that negative energy, cause I'll turn a negative nigga into a memory. Y'all been taking big down since the enemy.
Okay.
Some flames serving your parts are like Tennessee. Fans, we let it flame on camera. Mobbing niggas moving
keys like a janitor. Gangs in New York, my niggas to pull a heat out. So put your heavy pokes the right artery, he'll bleed out.
Smoke money talking to me, so I'm talking back. These hoes talking to me, so I'm talking back.
Man, why Fat Joe's verse so fucking short, man? I feel like he was just getting warmed up. What the fuck, man? He had a few slick bars in there and shit. Y'all been taking big L's since the Enemies. Enemies, I think that was a song Big L and Fat Joe had together. Rest in peace to Big L. 7 Slang, Serve You Bumps for 10 a Key. Track Me In and Out of Court. Harvey Weinstein, I think Fat Joe was going through some court shit. Do him dirty. Watch it spread like the Wuhan virus. Do him dirty for the low like Wu-Tang Cyrus. That's ODB. I think he said on the ad-lib and shit too. Mopping niggas, moving keys like a janitor. Janitors obviously got the mob. Mopping is another word for, you know, killing a nigga. Janitors obviously have keys and shit. But yeah, he was just getting warmed up and shit. I feel like, you know, Fat Joe could have done a lot more. 6th track, No Instruction.
This flow right here, I was the first to find it. I sold work and grind it. My bitch ran the phone before she earned design. This way of life, you can tell we perfected. Unhealthy connections. I treat a plug like a wealthy investor. Jump in the whip, open the roof up, and tell you anything except open the book up. I thought,
man, Harry Fraud really showing out with these beats, man. This beat really reminds me of like something that would be set to like a war montage or something like that. You know what I mean? If like somebody's like narrating over like a war montage or something. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but yeah, just listen to the beat, man. Y'all might know what I'm trying to say.
I still got flaws. A few relationships I got wrong. I was stabbed in the back. I got scars. Damn.
You know, Benny, you know, he talks a lot of the same shit, and it can definitely get repetitive, you know what I'm saying? And if you're somebody like me who hasn't necessarily, you know, lived that same life and shit, and doesn't just like feel that shit in your soul, it kind of wears on you after a while and stuff. And like I said, it kind of does tend to be repetitive. Same with like, you know, like Pusha T and shit. When you rap about coke raps and shit like that and street shit, you know, you end up talking about the same shit, and you gotta really make a concerted effort to try to do it in a fresh way. And you don't hit on every one, you know what I'm saying? You don't hit on every verse. I'm not saying the verses are bad at all, but like I said, when you talk about the same stuff, it's hard to have a standout verse.
And the gamblers throw the dice across the cold pavement. Let's go. You not safe. This clip in my new block great. Long enough to do a drive-by for 2 blocks straight.
Damn.
I put money on your head from a shoebox bank.
That was fire. He said, you not safe. This clip in my new Glock great. Long enough to do a drive-by for 2 Glocks straight. That's a long-ass clip, man. You got that extendo.
When it comes to this hustling, I got funds in abundance. And I learned quick, cause a brick don't come with instructions.
Okay. Sanitize that shit. Yeah, man, like, listening to that shit, like, he was talking this shit, you know what I'm saying? It was very, you know, the imagery and shit was there, but when you talk about the same shit, it's very hard to have a standout verse, and I think that song was a victim of that for sure. 7th track, probably the song I'm was most anticipating, Longevity, featuring French Montana and Jim Jones.
Brand and shit place with the niggas y'all call legends. Y'all too loud when y'all walk in the room.
Okay.
It's all presence. My body language just as loud as my voice, and then y'all catch it. All I do is look and then send them a small message. Now that's a bars, huh? Let me finish. Paranoia, that's what them felonies got me. I fell back from that, and this for longevity got me. Foreigns in my yard, got neighbors and my residents watching. I'ma be stunting like this until I'm 70, probably. Longevity. Grind and make sure your cash the strongest. But it's still about who lasts the longest. This real shit. I watch niggas cop so hustling, not luck, but only ball for a summer. Next one, they locked up.
Bro, if this song can make me fuck with French, or at least, you know, fuck with French for this song, bro, that says a lot, man. Because I do not fuck with French. I think French is the most boring, overrated rapper that there is. But so far, He sounded good on this fucking hook, man. Benny stepped in like a fucking boss on his verse, man. And like he said in the beginning of his verse, y'all too loud when y'all walk in this room. It's our presence. And that's exactly what it comes down to for Benny. Yeah, he's great lyrically and shit, but it's his fucking presence when he steps on the verse.
Longevity, talking meals, I got 6 cash. Slick, Rick, chain, mint, drag. Pockets poker like Kim ass. My garage like 6 Flags. Flip work like gym class. The vision is with deep water with no fishing gears. Selling dreams, I was missing ears. That's why my nigga Max missing years. My Hollywood thing said she love me kinda cold. I don't believe it, she an actress, 10 golden globes. But I'ma do it, fuck it. I'ma hit a dub it. Now they don't love us, that's why we on the covers. Flawed by the buzzers, stars wanna covers. Grind and make sure your cat's the strongest.
Hey man, that wasn't a bad French verse. That wasn't a bad French verse at all, man. If you can get me to say that, I fuck with it, man. I fuck with it heavy.
But only far for summer,
Yeah,
next one,
Jim.
they locked up, longevity.
Hanging water, sipping the Miami and Vice. Jumping back on the jet with so much sand in my nights. Slice the jippers from the jacks, beefing with the hammers and sack. Where every week somebody get killed, that's more candles than light. I'm screaming, call you better as I shake my hand with the dice.
God damn. Where every week somebody get killed, that's more candles than light. So basically he's saying there's so many people that getting killed, you lighting up, you know, candles and stuff and the remembrance and shit. There's more candle than there is light. You know what I'm saying? There's more candle than there is there's more candlelight than there is any other type of light and shit, bro. That's saying a lot. That's sad, bro. But that imagery, you know what I'm saying? The same shit that Benny does. Jim Jones great at painting them pictures, especially with that street shit.
Dope as an iPhone, wet to save it, you jammed it in rice. But you probably never cooked up 1,000 grams of the white. Seems to me you just a fan of this life. Plus your diamonds only dance when you stand in the light. And when calamity strikes, it's usually when fortune is close. In the same breath, I know niggas that went from fortune to broke. New convictions turn to crucifixions, hear me? For us exploiting people for their true addictions. So in turn, they choose to
Holy shit, bro. Jim eating on this shit. And when calamity strikes, it's usually when fortune is close. In the same breath, I know niggas that went from fortune to broke. New convictions turn to crucifixions for us exploiting people for their true addictions. So in turn, they choose to judge us by the coops we whip it, bro. That's loaded right there, bro. That shit's loaded.
Fall to the pride right before the fall of the rise. I remember those stacks took an enormous fall for the guys. I seen mothers fall to the floor and call to the sky, cause they get the call that he died. It's not our Lord that I buy at all. I'm fucking with y'all. Before I had the homies that start bucking at y'all.
Shit, man. Jim Jones, man. I've been hearing a lot about, you know, the shit that he's doing. And, you know, apparently he's been making a lot of good music lately and shit. A lot of good projects. And I obviously haven't dove deep into a lot of his shit. But, man, if that verse is anything to go by, I'm definitely start looking into some of his, some more of his shit. Because, whew, I couldn't even break that shit down, you know what I'm saying, just upon first listen. I'm going to have to listen to that shit many, many more times to fully grasp that. But just off first listen, that shit was fire. 8th track, this is the last song that I'm going to be reacting to because the 9th and last track is Thanksgiving, which is a track I've already did a reaction to. I'll leave a link in the description below. Y'all can go check that out. But for now, the last track on the Plugs I Met 2, Survivor's Remorse.
In the middle of all this money, shows, clothes and hoes, and I still think about my niggas. You know my type, I'm official built. When I was 9, my mama sent me to the store to get the kids some milk. To be this clean, I had to live through filth. Your dog will get you built. For you to stand as tall, I gotta get you stilts. You got plans on getting...
I like that. He said, to be this clean, I had to live through filth. That's back to that imagery, you know what I'm saying? And that's just very true. Sometimes, you know, when you see the people, famous people, celebrities, rappers, basketball players, whatever, the person you see, you know, might look like a finished product and shit, but like, you know, you weren't with them shooting in the gym. You didn't see them put all that work in and shit. You didn't see the blood, sweat, and tears behind the scene. You didn't see them go through that filth to be that clean, to be that great, you know what I'm saying?
You know my pot game was textbook. You saw more dope than us, except push. The proof is how my neck look. I tell my bitch to get dressed up, but I keep.
That's probably a lot of people when they listen to Benny and shit, talking shit about coke, when he's bragging about, you know, who move more weight than me, who do it better than me. Motherfuckers are probably sitting back listening to him go, Pusha T. Yeah, Pusha T probably do that. Pusha T do more than that. Pusha T move more weight and shit. So he's kind of answering that shit. Who sold more dope than me? Except Push. Just showing respect where respect is due to his OG.
And that could have been me. It's supposed to be success. Then why the fuck I feel stressed out and guilty? Stressed out and guilty. Damn. Cause I'm paid and all my niggas in the feds or the grave. That shit killed me. That shit killed me. That could have been me. I think about it every day. Yeah, that could have been me.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Survivor's guilt is what it's what I've heard it referred to as, but same thing, you know, synonymous. Survivor's remorse, survivor's guilt, same thing. Just basically, you know, a lot of people that make it out of dangerous situations and shit, they see other people that aren't as lucky. They see, like in his situation, people get locked up, people get killed, people succumb to addiction, those type of things, and he made it out, and he's where he is today, rich, shining, looking good, feeling good, living good, all that shit, and he's just looking back like, you know, all my niggas in the feds or in the grave, you know, that shit kills me. I'm looking back thinking that could have been me. So he's just kind of feeling that survivor's guilt, that survivor's remorse, you know what I'm saying? And that's got to be a real shitty feeling, you know what I'm saying?
It been me, stressed out, locking in. My young boy gon' pull up with that fire like he poppin' nicks. Yeah, that would have been me calling collect, telling my war stories to the vets. If you make it out your 20s, then you blessed. You have to change your situation when your mama ain't no stress. If it's 60 when it's wholesale, it's 90 with the set. Grab your pint and grab your scat. It get colder than Quebec. It could have been me.
Yeah, man. And like I said, Rick Hyde is one of Benny's young guns. One of Benny's, I think one of Benny's signees. I don't know if Benny's trying to do his own label with the BSF thing, but I believe, if so, I believe it's his, you know, his first or one of his first signees. But yeah, he definitely held it down. Definitely did his thing on that verse. Definitely makes me want to check out more of Rick Hyde for sure.
Y'all talk the street shit with no receipts, but thank God for the coca leaf and the flow that woke the streets. All I'm saying is that was us. You let our secrets out, electric chairs and get plugged up. Hit the trap and play this drug stuff, they gon' get a blood rush. I get a witness hit, fuck it, I get a judge touch. Cause I never loved much, I just had a trunk full of trouble. That could've been me, that could've been me.
Yeah, man, that was definitely some deep shit. It's a subject matter we don't hear enough about, and I would love to hear more about, you know what I'm saying? The last track, like I said, is Thanksgiving, but I already did a reaction to that, like I said before, so I'm not even going to react to that. I'll leave a link in the description. Y'all can go check out that other video, but so that's it for the Plugs I Met 2. My final thoughts on it, man. Did it measure up to the original Plugs I Met? No, not even close. It was good. It was good on the dope scale. It was probably some mids, you know what I'm saying, if I'm being completely honest. When Tony Met Sosa was good. It set off the album. Overall was pretty dope with Chinx. Plug Talk with 2 Chainz and Live By It. At the time, those were two of my favorite tracks on the album. Talking Back featuring Fat Joe was kind of disappointing. The Fat Joe verse kind of got cut short in my opinion. No Instructions was was just okay, but like I said, the drug talking stuff, it kind of gets repetitive, and you gotta really make sure that you make your verses stand out if you're gonna be talking about that same shit. Longevity, I think that might be my favorite track. It's definitely between that, Plug Talk, and Live By It. Jim Jones' verse was definitely the standout verse of this entire project. I definitely want to go back and listen to more Jim Jones, and of course Survivor's Remorse with Rick Hyde. You know, like I just said, I would love to hear more rappers touch on that shit. I definitely think they did a great job diving into that and diving into their own experiences and shit with Survivor's Remorse. Like I said, on the dope scale, this is definitely some mids. Not quite as good as the original Plugs I Met, but definitely a solid project from Benny again. Definitely not a miss. Benny hasn't missed with any of these projects, and this isn't an exception at all. And that's all I got for today's video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub, show some love, hit that like button to continue to support the channel. Share this video with your friends. Let them know there's some light-skinned dude over on YouTube reacting to Benny the Butcher projects. Comment down below. Talk to me. You know I talk back. I'm on T-Pain shit, but it ain't T-Pain. I've been Timmy. Y'all been too dope. Till next time. Peace.
Young nigga move that dope. Young nigga move that dope, move that dope, move